Hi everyone, welcome to Carolyn Braden's Turning the Ordinary into the Extraordinary. I am on a roll making all kinds of things for the holidays this year. I caught my students making this really cool origami star the other day, and thank you Santiago and thank you Diana for showing me how to make this awesome star. I thought this would be a great package topper. You can make it and put it on the top of Christmas packages, birthday packages. The way that some of the students were making them for the school, where they were making them out of tissue paper and then hanging in the window, and they're just beautiful hanging in the window, letting the color come through like a stained glass window. Even the back side of this looks really cool. So I thought I would show the world how to make these because I found them to be really beautiful. So I am just using a piece of scrapbooking paper. I love peacocks, so that is what I'm starting with. And I wrote all the steps down because my students, as they told this to me, I knew I wouldn't remember it. So the first thing is step one, fold this piece of paper 3 times in half each time. So you just take the paper, fold it in half evenly, once, twice. Make sure it's even each time. It's very important to be very precise on this. I'm going to take this and make it an extra crisp fold, just using the handle of scissors. You could use a ruler for this as well, or a bone folder if you have one of those. A bone folder is used in bookmaking. They're kind of expensive, so all of this works just as easy, just as well. And then the last time I'm going to fold it one more time like so. Okay, so I've got it folded 3 times in half. Now the next step is cut 3 edges that have folds and leave one uncut. The one that you're going to leave uncut is the one that has 0 folds in it. This is not that precise, just cut away. Basically you want to get 8 little tiny squares of paper. So I'm going to cut this side. You can use a ruler if you want, but we didn't use them in my classroom when we made these, and they turned out perfect. Then the other folded side, because this side had some folded edges, I'm going to cut this one. This has a folded edge. And then this one has 0 folded edges, so I don't want to cut that side. And I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to cut this side because this side has a folded edge. Just going to cut away like this. Like I said, you can use a ruler, but we didn't use rulers in my classroom and it still turned out great. So then, let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of paper. Now, it says fold all the squares like a taco. So, I'm going to take it, I'm going to fold it where the colored part is on the outside, just like this. Do this to each of your pieces. Okay, the next step, I've got all of my squares, actually they're rectangles really, I've got them folded into taco shapes. Now you just want to unfold them a little bit and you want to fold all of the corners, all 4 corners, down to that center line that you created when you folded into a taco shape. So I'll show you how to do this one and then let you get to it. So it looks kind of like a paper airplane to get started. Folded it down like that, and then do the same thing to the other side. And please do this to every single rectangle, every single taco folded rectangle that you have made, and make sure that your edges are nice and crisp as you fold. Okay, I have all of the corners folded on each of my 8 rectangles, just like so. See how they're all folded? I just folded them down to the center. I did it to all of them. Now, to each one of those folded pieces, double fold one of the ends. And what I mean by that is take one end, doesn't matter which end, and fold it over a second time like this. I'm going to hold it up. Here's one side. I'm just taking this corner and folding it down to the center and making it a nice, crisp fold once again because you want this to be nice and crisp. These are the points of the stars that you're making right now. One end needs to stay like this and the other one needs to be folded into a point. So it's just folded like that. Keep it just like this and do that to each one of these. And remember to only double fold one end. Okay, now all of my rectangles, one end has been double folded and the other has just left single folded. Now it's time to put it together. Now one of my students figured out how to turn this into a flower. There are variations of this. You could do some in pink and red and white maybe and make poinsettias. It could be really neat just doing it like that. But I'm just going to show you the basic star and then you can go free with your own creativity. The way you do this is the wider end, the one that has not been double folded, you need to put glue onto one of the edges here and you need to glue it to where that line, that folded line is in the center, just like so. So watch me. You could use glue stick for this, a really inexpensive glue stick, and I left all mine at school, so I'm just going to use some Sobo craft glue with the paintbrush, and then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue, just like this, onto just this one edge. Don't put too much glue or it'll get really messy, and you want this craftsmanship, you want the craftsmanship to be really nice. So I'm going to glue it just like this, making sure my ends meet up and gluing it to where this edge matches that center fold right there. And I'm going to do one more and then I'll show you my result. So again, I'm going to take it, I will place it down first just to make sure I know where I'm going to put the glue. I'm going to put the glue right here on this edge, this little tab that I've created. Put a little bit of glue so it's not too messy. And then glue it to this edge, the center line, just as I did the other one. And I'm just going to keep doing that until I've used them all. So come back and I'll show you the end result. Okay, I'm about to finish up this star. So this very last one, I put glue onto the side here, just like so. And I could leave it, but then this one wouldn't be overlapping. I could glue both sides, but then that would kind of stand out. So the way my students showed me how to finish it is don't put glue onto this other side here. Bring that very first one down that you glued down, the very first one, and overlap it onto the one you just put down. Did you see how I did that? I just took this one, instead of putting it on top of there, I put it underneath there. Then I want to put a little bit of glue down, like so. And there is my 8-point star. I just love this project. I think it turned out so cool. Here's the front and here's the back. Now if you want to secure it more, you could just start lifting up on the back of the flower and you could put a little bit of glue in there to secure it maybe even more. I did this one onto my yellow one, and that way it wasn't as flimsy as just wasn't as flimsy. And I liked it better if it's not going to fall apart. I like my crafts to last. So I'm going to continue to do that. I hope you like this craft. You could do another little one and glue it on top of there. You can make them, remember, out of tissue paper and hang them in your windows. Put them on the tops of your Christmas packages. I just think this is awesome. So I hope you get it. I hope you like it and see where you can go with this craft. Thanks a lot for watching. Carolyn Braden's turning the ordinary into the extraordinary.